Double Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now we're gonna talk heavyweights, and heavyweights didn't really want to talk about. But we're gonna talk about them anyway. I'll tell you why, because it's significant. Heavyweight contender Alexander Povetkin for Russia. He beats Christian Hammer from Germany. Beats him unanimous decision. Pretty boring fight. I haven't seen all of it. I'm not going to give him that courtesy right now. And that's Alexander Povetkin. Why? Because he's a two-time doping cheat. That's why. And with all of the information I had over the last couple of years, fights that didn't happen because of him, fighters that were at fights after he found out he was dope a day later, things like that. I'm talking about Johann Duhaupas. Let me put a little names out there. Alexander Povetkin was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder. It didn't happen. We know about that. It was caught doping. All right? After a long training camp. Alexander Povetkin didn't fight Bermane Stiverne. Stiverne's already in Russia. A day before the fight, they find out that he was doped. What do? Within a day, Johann Duhaupas is there as a replacement fighter, which leads me to believe they knew they were doped. How do you get a man from France in Russia within a day, ready to fight? And I know Johann Duhaupas probably got a lot of money for doing it in the first place. Things like that. Now, he beats Christian Hammer in an eliminator, a WBA eliminator match between Alexander Povetkin and Christian Hammer, which I didn't think was right in the first place. So now, Alexander Povetkin wins the fight, and you know what? He's the mandatory challenger for Anthony Joshua. That quick. Now, when you start thinking about everything going on in the heavyweight division, hey, Luis Ortiz was supposed to have a fight with Deontay Wilder. He was doped. He got exonerated. Now he's back in the mix, but the WBA still has him suspended. He won't be able to do. He's not the mandatory over there. He was the mandatory for the WBA before all this happened. Now he's not, even though he's exonerated. WBA would rather have Povetkin as their mandatory than Luis Ortiz. It's starting to get very confusing around here, and that's confusing because that's what they want you to believe. It's not confusing. This stuff is happening for a reason, right? At the end of the day, all of us fans out here that would like to have one heavyweight champion, we ain't getting it. I remember just a few months ago, we were hoping we'd get one at the end of this year, 2017. We're not going to have one before the 2018. Why? Because now the sanctioning bodies, the WBA and all of them are going to be having all these mandatories in the way of the unification fights. And that's the problem of the fans. It's our fault. Because why? We could have Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. We don't want it, right? And Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker. Well, let's hope and pray that that can happen. But after that, somebody else is going to be the mandatory. A guy who's been doped 2 times. And I hope that they don't put these mandatories in front of the unification. So it's, in my opinion, it's bye-bye unification. I've said that about 6-7 months ago too. That's what can happen. And fans, it's on us now. It's on us to get outraged about that. Right? If we don't, we're never going to have one heavyweight champion. If anybody writes me down here and you thumbs down people, right? Tell me, do you want unification? Would you rather have one heavyweight champion, or if we're in a room, we say, hey, the heavyweight champion's in the house, and no one knows who the hell we're talking about? That's where we are right now, because we got 3 of them. It would be nice that we get back to the good old days where you can say the heavyweight champ is in the house, and everybody, and I mean everybody, would know who the hell it is. Right now, we don't have that, thanks to fans and sanctioning bodies. So Alexander Povetkin beating Christian Hammer, ho hum. Let's see what happens in the future. Double Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm about to here, y'all.